everyone, I'm esmeraldapadillagould and welcome to Vegas Vibes. On Vegas Vibes, I'll be featuring amazingly talented people from many walks of life who contribute to making Las Vegas a unique global brand. And on that note, here with us today is an accomplished songwriter known for his award-winning original compositions and countless biggest hit songs, writing for the likes of Miss Lani Misalucha, who originally interpreted an all-time hit song called Bukas Mamahalin, If the Feeling Is Gone by May Saison, a Christmas song, Sana Ngayong Pasko by Ariel Rivera, among others. Born and raised in the Philippines, please help me welcome Mr. Jimmy Borja. Welcome to Vegas Vibes.
Thank you so much, Ems, and thank you so much for having me tonight. And thank you, Mr. Carl Magno. It's really an honor to be here. I'd like to thank also Sharon
Tanyag, who happens
for,
to be
making the introduction. And yes, I'm very excited to be here today. Okay.
It's our pleasure to have you. Actually, Miss Sharon Tanyag is my mentor and vocal coach. So I also would like to thank
she's
her.
a very good vocal teacher.
She is. She is amazing at what she does. Well, first of all, I would like to say I am a big fan of yours. I grew up listening to your songs. Bukas na lang kita mamahalin and If the Feeling Is Gone are two of my favorite songs. I remember I was so brokenhearted and I literally cried myself to sleep listening to your songs. I wonder where do you get your inspiration from? Do you talk to people and listen to their heartaches and sentiments and start writing songs? Or is it a reflection of your own past experiences or relationships?
Well, first off, I'm sorry for having made you cry. But seriously,
It can actually help me mend my broken heart. So.
It's a combination of both, I guess. When we write songs, we draw from our own personal experiences, but vicariously also we kind of learn from other or from observing other people, and we combine those elements together and come up with a song that's half made up and partly also based on
Your experience.
and real experience.
Do you remember the very first song that you wrote?
Well, it was a Cebuano song that started writing Cebuano songs. I really was a late bloomer in music. Many of my friends growing up, they would not believe or recognize that it's me who sometimes mentioned when some singers are performing my songs on TV, and they would hardly associate it to me because they won't remember me as a musical guy in grade school or high school or even college. But it was a Cebuano song. There was a local songwriting competition.
Did you enter your song?
There happened to be an old piano at my grandmother's house, and I just started cluelessly trying to come up with something, and then I submitted it to the contest, and it got lucky, and it won.
Did you have a formal training in songwriting?
Totally no formal training at all.
Self-taught.
I wish I had, to be honest. Yeah.
So that means you were the first one in your family?
My dad plays also a little piano and guitar, but not professionally. Yeah.
Wow. So when did you actually realize that you have this proficiency at songwriting? At what age? You said you're a late bloomer.
Yeah, I was already in my mid-20s. Maybe I was 23 or 24. I was teaching at a local university in Cebu. I taught accounting. I was a young CPA then at the time, and I was teaching accounting during the day and attending law school at night.
Oh, wow.
And there were songwriting contests in Bohol and in Cebu. I was born and raised in Bohol, and that's how I got my start. Uh,
And
in
it won.
songwriting.
The piece that you submitted won.
Yeah, it won 3 times consecutively.
Wow.
For the largely because the singers or performers who interpreted my songs
Were
were really
famous.
good. They were not famous,
Yeah.
but they were really good. So, so I owe it to them that those songs we won the first prize of those contests. And after that, I decided to make a go for it full time, and I decided to go to Manila. And I totally quit my job and quit law school, and
And became a full-time songwriter.
yes, yeah, in Manila, without knowing any one at the music or record labels there, and that's how I decided to take a leap of
Faith.
faith. Yes, yes.
Wow. Well, of course, you're a very renowned songwriter in the Philippines, and a lot of famous singers have interpreted your songs. And one of them, hopefully, is me. No, I'm
yeah.
kidding. That's hint, hint. Having said that,
It's gonna be it's an honor for me. It will be an
no,
honor.
it would be my honor to have the opportunity to interpret one of your amazing songs. Having said that, do singers go to you, or are you always in pursuit of a talent out there to interpret your song? How do you pick someone to interpret your songs?
So when I was a new songwriter in Manila, I had to literally find all these record company offices, and with my few demos and in my backpack, and I leave it with them. And that first year, I was just really fortunate, and I had what we probably call it. How do you call it? An auspicious start. Like my songs just got started, recorded one after the other, and if the very first year I was there, my songs got recorded by Ding Dong Avanzado, Augie Alcacid, and May Saison, and later that year, Jano Gibbs also. They were very, very popular singers of that generation, and they still are now, today. And my first hit later that year was the Christmas song that I wrote for Ariel Rivera. Yes.
Sana ngayong Pasko.
Yeah, also because he just sang it so well. It's just
Heartfelt.
the definitive version of that song.
Who amongst the iconic celebrities, incredible musicians, great songwriters, who has a great influence on you?
Growing up, I loved listening to the likes of James Taylor, Billy Joel, Stevie Wonder, so those were the most, or the earliest influences musically. Among OPM artists, I think many of us were influenced by the likes of Apo Hiking Society, of course Ryan Cayabyab, who is an iconic composer, and there's many Filipino composers who have had a huge influence on me musically.
Do you have a favorite singer that you wish you could write a song for internationally and, of course, in the Philippines?
Well, of course, I have to give credit, and because I am indeed very grateful to Miss Lani Misalucha, because she immortalized a song that she recorded, one of the songs that I written.
Yeah, she really sang that
I actually first wrote that song for an artist named Jude Michael, and it was part of his album. And a few years later, the same producer who produced Jude Michael's album, of which Bukas na lang kita Mamahalin was part of, he asked me if he could have Lani record it for her album, and of course, like that's Lani is just an incredible singer, world-class talent. So, and I can't. I'm perpetually indebted, really grateful to her for that song.
I'm sure the feeling is mutual. You're such a sought-after songwriter and mentor. You have recently conducted songwriting workshops in Nashville, Chicago, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and now here in Las Vegas. Is that something that you truly enjoy doing, educating and bringing out the best in others through songwriting?
Especially of late, I have found like a passion for songwriting mentoring, because after all, writing songs is not really rocket. It's not really rocket science, and I just feel that if someone like me who has had no formal music training, had done it, and I'm sure it should not be hard for others also. And sure enough, so far, I've learned that there are a lot of talented young songwriters. They just need a push or a spark or a motivation, and that's has become my passion also.
Your new passion. And you have recently moved to Los Angeles, but before that, you were in Nashville, Tennessee,
Yes,
the songwriting capital of the world. When did you come to the U.S.?
I moved here in 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Did you move to Nashville in pursuit of an international record company career, or did you move there because of a record company noticed you and signed you?
Well, actually, I believe it's every songwriter's dream to move to Nashville. It just is. The songwriting. When you said it's the songwriting capital of the world, that's really true. There are 70,000 songwriters on any given day there.
Wow.
And it was the most inspiring time of my life, having written so many songs there also. Ironically, I was signed by a company that was based out of LA, even though I was living in Nashville.
Oh, is that why you moved to LA?
I had already moved to Nashville when I got offered to write exclusively for a music publishing company. And so how it works is I'll be exclusive with them. I write them songs. Everything that I write will be assigned to their company. But they give us a monthly draw. The idea is so that you won't have to go get a day job. You could just focus on writing songs. So that went on for years and years also. That was a privilege also. My songs have been recorded there, but not by very famous artists, mostly by up and coming young
Artists.
country singers.
Country singers.
Yeah.
What pieces of advice or words of wisdom would you suggest to anyone aspiring to become a songwriter at your level?
It would be so easy for many people to be writing better songs than me. I'm sure many of those who attended my workshop, it's just a matter of time, and eventually they will be writing like a lot of great songs themselves. My best advice would be, it would be an advantage also if you pick up, you learn an instrument or two, maybe guitar or piano or keyboard, and to also be open to other people's ideas, like especially here in the States, more than it is in the Philippines. It's very collaborative here. Like even Bruno Mars's songs have like a lot of writers credited. One of his songs has probably like 9 or 10 songwriters there. So just be open also to working with other people creatively, because after all, like more heads are better than one, and it's also an advantage in terms of networking and creating more pitching opportunities for the songs, and just be open to be fearless. That would be my
Oh
best
wow,
idea.
that's a
Yeah,
great
when you write,
advice.
like I have had some people ask me, they asked me, what if our songs would sound like other existing famous songs? Well, in that case, just change them or tweak them, but it should not paralyze you or stop you from writing songs. You know. Like that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jimmy Borja.
Ems,
It's such a truly an honor to
uh,
have you on Vegas Vibes.
thank you, Ems. Thank you so much.
No, thank
Okay.
you, and
Thank
we
you.
wish you continued success, and hopefully we could collaborate on something
Oh,
with
anytime at all.
Asian Culture TV, of course, with our
Anytime at all.
producer and CEO, founder of Asian TV, Mr. Carl Magno. Thank you so
Mr.
much.
Magno, I have to apologize for like not being able to respond quickly or swiftly to M's some of M's questions.
I personally believe
So-
you're wonderful. You're great, and for a first time on television, you've done a terrific job.
Oh, thank you so much. M.
Just your presence alone makes
you-
us so happy.
I know you make it so easy for someone like me. You just make it so easy.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much. Just we wish you good luck.
Thank you so
And
much. Can't thank you enough.
Mr. Jimmy Borja, please invite all our local and global viewers. Where could they find you?
Um,
I
well,
believe you have a social media account.
I have a Facebook, an Instagram account, just my name, Jimmy Borja, and I have an email address also. It's writeaprettysong@yahoo.com, and I have a website that's still under construction. If that gets done, it's just jimmyborjamusic.com.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to hearing more of your heartfelt and sentimental love songs.
And thank you so much to your amazing show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I would like to thank my wardrobe sponsor, Anne Fontaine. Anne Fontaine is located at the Forum Shops inside Caesar's Palace. Thank you so much, Miss Anna Billings. Visit their website, annefontaine.com. Catch me again next time as I feature another amazing personality here on Vegas Vibes. I'm Esmeraldapadillagould. Take care, everyone. I just have to let